The alien from 1979's Alien, now classified as a drone variant of the xenomorph XX-121, is a familiar yet twisted and bizarre creation from the mind of legendary artist H.R. Giger. His landmark work on the first film would go on to inspire James Cameron and Stan Winston for the alien designs in 1986's Aliens, and when the production began on 1992's Alien 3, Giger would be contacted by Gordon Carroll Brandywine on behalf of director David Fincher to create a new variant of the alien. Fincher wanted a four-legged creature, one that was sleek and sexy, and Giger would deliver. Unfortunately, his designs would go unused, but when looking at his sketches and concept images, the alien runner of his imagination had a similar shape to the one seen on film by Studio.AG. But in pure Giger fashion, his runner would have creative yet bizarre new abilities, like an entirely new attack tongue and a way to communicate through music. Going off a direction from David Fincher and Gordon Carroll and working without a finished script, Giger would set out to create a new and improved alien. It would be his chance to, in his own words,
all the mistakes or the not nice forms, I try here to make it better, to make it more elegant, more quick and more aesthetic.
During work on Alien, director Ridley Scott was shown Giger's art book, Necronomicon by Dan O'Bannon, and once he saw Necronom 4, he knew that this should be the look of the alien. HR wanted to make a new design, but Scott held firm that this was the beast that they were looking for. In the various documentaries, you can see that Giger was never truly happy with the alien suit dubbed Big Chap from the first film. He was working on it up to the last minute and considered it an unfinished piece. However, he, amongst others, would also later note that Ridley's decision to not show the alien for most of the film not only added to the suspense, but it made his creature look better than he thought it would. Now tasked with creating the next alien variant, Giger seized on the opportunity, removing aspects like the creature's dorsal spines and headrest. These, he explained, were only added to balance out the head and give support to a bipedal alien. With a four-legged design, there'd be no need for these back appendages, so they were removed. His initial concept was a bit too bulky, a bit too much like a lion, but his second attempt would be the sleeker design that Fincher was looking for, something like a puma. Giger was told that there wouldn't be a guy in a suit this time, something that he hoped for so that the alien could be less human-like. But when Studio.AG eventually took over, we did get that guy in a suit. Not having this would have allowed Giger to stretch out the alien's ribcage, giving it a sphinx-like look. Another piece of Egyptian influence that often made its way into his work. The legs of the creature would have been longer, and in his words,
I make it longer, I made longer legs like a spider, not.
Its tail would be smoother and longer as well, with an oversized barb on it, taking up much of the tail itself. This was done in reference to notations on his sketches that mention the runner using its tail as a weapon. Its head would keep the same outline as before, with its elongated curved shape. However, the lower half of the face of the alien, this time, would be more human. At the time, Fincher was still toying with the idea of a more sensual alien, even going so far as to ask for it to have lips like Michelle Pfeiffer's. This was an easy request for HR. His biomechanical designs often included women, and later, he would go on to create the female biomechanical alien from Species. For his runner, underneath these lips was a new attack tongue as well, breaking off from the trademark alien inner jaw. Now more like a spear, it would appear to have a human-like tongue on its end, perhaps to hide its true intentions, but the rest of it was pure alien, and modeled like the exterior of the creature, complete with spikes and barbs. He even imagined a scene where a monk from the unused Vincent Ward script would kiss the alien.
Like here, and then finally, zack, and probably you see the eye open a little bit, and then you see some blood running between the lips, and then he pulls out, and then it will be like that a little bit. I mean, this one with the kiss was tilted behind his head, and now he's going at everything back.
Another curious feature of his runner would be its shoulders. They would look like big chaps at first glance, except these were a bit larger, with more of a circular shape to them. In an interview with Aliens magazine, Giger said that the alien would have a neck that becomes as lethal as an axe. According to the Alien Explorations blog, a great reference for fans of the franchise, he's referring to the shoulders that would open up, giving the Xeno a saw blade effect. Further separating his runner from Studio ADI's, Giger's would have a clear dome on its head, like Big Chap's, but underneath would be a completely new structure made up of attachments that he would call a finger brain. The individual fingers, if you will, could group together and close off or rest apart where they would flow like grain being blown in the wind. To give the alien even more of a beast-like appearance, Giger's runner would have sword-like blades that could extend from its hands and feet, almost like Wolverine's, or more appropriately, X-23's. And perhaps the most bizarre yet interesting feature of his alien runner was that it was meant to be able to express its feelings by playing a sound or music from holes in its body.
Make a kind of second skin, like perhaps from a saxophone or from something that work and that gives sound, and how the creature feel. So you should hear how he feels.
It seemed like H.R. Giger's take on the alien always had them as more of a thinking creature than the films portrayed. He even described the alien as having the mentality of a serial killer where it would torture its victims. Looking back in hindsight, even with the brilliance of H.R. Giger, it's easy to see why the studio went with Studio ADI's Alien Runner. It was lacking all the strange new features, and it was closer to its other Xeno cousins in design and function. However, it's ideas like this that made Giger unique, and it was this uniqueness that birthed the biomechanical world that spawned the alien in the first place. So what do you guys think of Giger's Alien Runner? I like the one we got on film from Studio ADI. It's one of my favorite alien variations. With that said though, I'd love to see an alien with the same look of Giger's runner appear on film or in the expanded universe. It wouldn't have to have the lips or the musical ability, but I do think new variations on the inner jaw like the spear tongue would be cool to see. After all, we have tons of alien variants. Why keep it all the same? Thanks for watching, guys. Your likes, shares, comments, and subscriptions go a long way towards helping the channel grow. Take care, and I hope to see you next time.